Hello gorgeous beings of light, this is Elmira again, coming to you from beautiful, beautiful Victoria in Australia. Welcome to We Are Pure Source. While I have these gorgeous roses here, I thought I might share with you another gorgeous little miracle about the power that exists within all of us. If you know me a little while, you'll know that I love roses. I love roses, but I particularly like fragrant roses. And I'm sorry about the little Cavalier King Charles snoring in the background in this video. Oh God, the joys of having a wonderful life. Okay, so what I wanted to share with you is that when I lived on once when I lived on a farm, I grew all these beautiful, beautiful fragrant roses. I don't see any point in growing roses if they're not going to have any fragrance. So I brought all these antique fragrant roses and put them in the ground. And I had planned to live there forever. I thought they'd be carting me out of the box, in a box, but something happened and of course, I'm no longer living there, and the owner of the property asked me if I wanted to take the roses, if I was going to take the roses with me. And I said to them, I didn't know, but most likely, and I'd give them to friends or whatever, you know, because they cost me $400 or $500 to put them in. And being the vindictive so-and-so that some people can be, for whatever reason, on the Sunday before I left, he got his roundup out and went out and poisoned all of these roses, just to probably try and spite me, you know. So, and actually, there's a key to this story, because if he hadn't done that, I would not have found out something really, really powerful. So I'll try and make this a shorter video, but, you know, that doesn't always happen with me. So what happened then was I was leaving. I had planned to pack up on the Sunday and the Monday, and on the Tuesday my truck was coming, and on the Wednesday I was going to take all the roses out and take them to where I was going to, and on the Thursday I was going back to clean up. But what happened was that on Sunday afternoon I caught him poisoning my roses. I didn't say anything to him, I just didn't even see the point, but I knew there was something that I could do. So I rang a couple of my friends who were rose growers and got varying different stories about what to do about that. Some of them said, you know, that it's too late, you won't do it. But others said to me, no, if you get them out of the ground now and prune them, that you'll be right, you'll be able to save them. And the reason they believed that I could do that was because roundup goes in through the leaves and takes a few days to get down into the roots of the plant, and that's when it kills it. And I'd said to them, couldn't I leave it to Wednesday? And they said, no, you couldn't. So there we go. On the Monday, I get a friend's son, gorgeous young man named Kendall, came in and helped me dig up all those roses, and we bagged them all up and took them to where I was going to live next. And we didn't finish doing that till about 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and then it was his sister's 40th birthday. So I went to their 40th birthday party, and I was absolutely, completely shattered when I woke up the next day. And it was that next day that I said, okay, God, at 6 o'clock in the morning, I still had so much to pack. I had a whole house to pack, and there was nothing I could do. And I said to God, you better get your butt down here and help me. And I then ran flat out non-stop for 7.5 hours or 7 hours, and just basically had the last of it done, when I was incapable of running for 7 minutes, maybe, you know, even walking for 7 minutes, because I much prefer to sit on my butt and meditate. So that's a whole other story, but that's, in that moment is when I found out that we have access to something else greater than us, because I was in so much pain I could barely walk, and within an hour I realised I was running flat out. And there was no pain in my feet. And what's ironic about that story is I ran flat out all the way through. I still was up at 11 o'clock that night. When I woke up the next morning, I did not have a sore, excuse me, I did not have a sore muscle in my body. Excuse me, just one moment, please. Okay, I seem to have managed to have done that, but I have a frog in my throat. One moment, please. Okay, but I'll tell you the rest of that story another day, because that happened on the 20th of October 2015, and I have it is the basis of all of my work now, because I began to realise that Source taught me. It took me about 2 or 3 months to, and it happened again a month later. I ran flat out as well. But that's not what I wanted to tell you about in this video. It's amazing how these things come up, and maybe I'll share that whole story with you another time, because that's when I began to work out that everything we know about ourselves is 1% of who we are. There's this other 99% untapped pure potential. But what I wanted to tell you about the roses and the power that exists within all of us, and I knew this existed before this event happened. And so what happened was that I put all the roses in where we were going. I put them all in, and we got them in the ground. I blessed them all and sent them love every day. We cut them off as we were taking them out of the ground. We pruned them. So that's why it was an all-day job. There was 15 rose bushes, but we had to get them all out and cut them all back. And then we just kind of bagged them up and left the soil around their roots, so they still had their root ball in them. And within 6 weeks, I'll see if I can find a photo of that. Oh, I don't think I can load it. But within 6 weeks, I've got photos of where I had the whole 15 bushes. I think I gave a couple away because they wouldn't all fit in where I was going. But all the bushes I took with me and all the bushes I gave to people were all in full flower. 15 weeks. 6 weeks later, and I had full flushes of flower that whole summer, because all I kept doing was telling them how much I loved them and how grateful I was that they got to come with me and how beautiful they all were, etc., etc. So that's another example of the power that exists within us. We have this extraordinary power within us to just ignore all the stuff you've been told and access the God source power within you. Yes, it would have helped that we pruned them. Yes, it would have helped that we I don't think we got them into the ground for about a week, but, and I just watered them while they were in the bags. But they were extraordinary. It was just extraordinary, the power that exists, because even people that had put them in the ground would believe that they wouldn't last, that I wouldn't get roses for another, a year or two off them. But I just kept telling them every day how much I loved them, how beautiful they are, how important they were, what an important part of my life they were, and etc., etc. And what we ended up with was, whatever I had left, 13 bushes of extraordinary roses. So know the power that exists within you is extraordinary. You are an extraordinary, powerful being of light. And if you just tap into your soul, tap into the infinite part of who you are, you will know what I'm saying is true. And down the track, we'll give you some meditation to help with it. Okay, my name is Seraphim. Have a gorgeous, gorgeous day. Thank you for listening. You can find me at websites www.elmaraseraphim.com if you're looking to have some coaching done. I do some big. I do a big year program, but it's very expensive. And so it's only if you're really ready to step into all your power that might interest you. However, I do lots of little stuff, and there's lots of free stuff that's going to be coming here on this YouTube site. So my deepest love and richest blessings to you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, and I look forward to talking with you again soon. God bless and take care. Bye now.